Hey Pokemon trainers, welcome to Training Riolu. I have a challenge to do today that I really want to finish because we are 2 days away from the DLC dropping, and I'd really like to be able to get this knocked out, but we're going to be on stream for a couple hours. Hopefully we can do it now. I worked on this a little bit last night. Haven't had any luck yet, so we should be getting close to the end of this shiny hunt though. And my plan right now is to split this up between hunting this way for an hour and then hunting at the bench for the other hour. But let's see how many female Riolus are showing up. That way we can get a good idea of so we could get a good idea of the rate that they're showing up. Okay. I'll try and stay focused. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Here we go. Come on, come on. Let's get this shiny. I hope we get it right off the bat. That'd be so nice to be able to like finish the shiny hunt. It would also be nice to get the female right off the bat. But my prediction is that we're gonna have the male shiny first, and then maybe it'll like open up to maybe being able to get the female. But I don't know. Hope we had like a really good rate of females showing up yesterday, so it was very possible that the shiny would have shown up and been female. But writing that percentage and writing that rate after stream didn't end up like paying off. So no shinies. We're about 6 hours, actually 7.5 hours into this hunt, and so far, no shiny Riolus for the challenge. I did get a shiny Riolu, and that shiny Riolu took about 6 hours. So I'm thinking that we're pretty close. We're getting close to where we need to be. So happy Monday. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to the Mega Dimensions DLC. I'm excited. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. I know I go off on tangents, so I'm going to try and chill out a little bit and just take her easy today. But, you know, I can't promise anything. How are you guys doing? Bang, bang, bang. Just thinking, like this morning, we were able to get out some like very cheery holiday like text messages to friends and family, and then we did make a Pokemon Go video today. But I just saw that there was something announced for like more friendship, like forever friends. And so that's something I need to make a video about. It looks like there's 2 more hearts to earn with friends. So I have a feeling it's going to be kind of, it looks like that's what it is. I'm not sure. Could be Pokemon, but I think it's for friendship and remote rating or remote trading. So we'll see. I got to look into it. I think the announcement happened today. I hope it happened just recently, so that way I can kind of make a video about that tonight and get that out. but I'll go and look into that after stream. Yeah, hopefully we can get the shiny female Riolu today, but yeah, let's keep an eye on how many females we're getting and how much time it's taking. But we were able to hop right into the resetting right off the bat, so not too bad. Time is going to be, we're at like 5 minutes right now. I'm going to try and focus on resetting. I don't like the inputs that it takes to reset. You have to hit the home button and then hit A bunch, and I keep mashing A, and I'm trying to like chill out. But you'll hear it eventually. I'm going to get comfortable here pretty soon and like start kind of relaxing into this hunt, and I'll start clicking on A, and you'll probably hear it go tick tick tick, and I'm trying not to get to that point, but I'll try and pay attention to that too. But happy Monday. We're gonna try and complete this challenge. I'm in a call on Discord. Shouldn't be. Okay, thanks for the heads up. What's up, Necrotio? Welcome to the chat, man. Know you're in a call, right? I just hung up. I must have accidentally clicked on that, but thanks for the heads up. How are you doing, man? It's been a while since you've been in the chat. Or like participated in the chat, I should say. So in the first 7 minutes, we haven't seen a single female. And that's kind of interesting because yesterday we were hitting like 20% female rate. And right now we're below that. So, we're at a 0% right now. Okay, yeah. It was pretty bad. Right now the OBS is set up to like a 1 second delay, so it shouldn't be too bad. There's our first female. Okay, it's not shiny. Just got home. Hey, yeah. Oh man. Well, it is December. You gotta get soon. Winter break is gonna be starting, right? Like I think that should be popping off pretty soon. I know when I was a kid, like it was usually right around my birthday that we got to go to winter break. 10 seconds. I guess that's not terrible. I have it set up to be as low of a delay as it can be on OBS. I think it's natural that it takes a little bit of a delay. 2 weeks? Yeah, that sounds about right. So like on the 20th or something like that. Cool, man. Did you get your story written? Was that already turned in, or was that... I didn't hear about that. You said you wanted help for a little bit, and then I didn't hear from you after that. But yeah, we are still working on... We've been at this female Riolu for about 4 days. We have a challenge to get a female shiny Riolu, and I'd really like to finish this like today. I'd like to get it done before the DLC happens, but I will be doing the DLC whether we have challenges to do or not. You locked in? Okay, how did it turn out, man? Okay, we got two female Riolus before 10 minutes. Did a crap load of assignments. Good. Were your grades? Did a crap load? Got to do a few chores, so I'll be back soonish. Okay, dude. I'll look forward to seeing you here shortly. Thanks, man. Cool. 4 pages of assignments. Oh, we got a third female Riolu. And we're at 10 minutes and 11 seconds. So we're just a little bit above 10% now. I think we'll probably get back to 20% if we can hit. We're still kind of riding the same. Oh, there it is, 20%, baby. Got 4 female Riolus within 11 minutes. It's like 10 minutes and 50 seconds. Dang, that's crazy. Ba-bum. Oh, it's not a female. We got the shiny though. Okay. Dude, that would have been so cool to finish that out. What's up, baby? What's up, little guy? There we go. All right, so we gotta wait 5 minutes, I think, for it to respawn. We got a shiny, shiny Riolu. It is not the one that we're looking for. Oh no. That's funny. Okay, well, that's a good start. Where do we have Bell Sprout and shiny boxes? There's one. Here, let's get this guy. Yeah. Yo, we got a modest natured Riolu. Ah, that's savage. Okay. Let's try and count down this clock for 5 minutes. And then once we have the clock counted down, we'll reset for Riolu. I'm going to save right now. And then I'm going to count down to like 3 minutes and save again. And then try and save like a minute at a time. So, let me grab some water real quick. Man, so we got the shiny Riolu. We got to get a female. It would have been very, very cool to start off with the female. But we got a shiny Riolu. Yeah. Yeah, we did it. Took 4 days. I hope we could knock that time down today to get more chances. But yeah, a modest nature shiny male Riolu. That's pretty awesome. All right, so we're gonna save. I need my controller. Let me grab my controller. Had to set it down because that was a good shiny. Okay. In about 30 seconds, we'll save, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna take for Riolu to show up, but we'll try and save like every minute after this. But cool. I'm glad we finally got we got the shiny. So that's good. Okay, still need to get the female, so the challenge is not complete, but at least we're on track here. I think if I remember, oh man, how did that happen? Because like, did the shiny chime happen as the screen booted up? Can we save at the perfect time? Okay, I'm gonna save in about 15 seconds. Five seconds. Okay. So I think it's gonna show up. Oh, we need to get the daytime. That's kind of crazy. Yep. Hopefully Riolu will show up. Okay, we're getting close to another minute. Is it gonna show up? All right, if I don't see it, okay. Okay, I think it's gonna show up in the next few seconds. Hopefully it shows up before the day ends. Where is he? Something's making sleepy sounds. Where is he? In about 10 more seconds, it's gonna be nighttime. I mean, another minute. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, I'm gonna reset for the daytime. Wait a second. So it was like 46 seconds when he showed up. So we got about 40 seconds to reset. I think, oh man. I think we're okay. Yeah. It's going to be, we're going to reset to the point where Riolu spawns. So it's not, daytime hasn't transferred over. That's not something I think we have to necessarily worry about. So let's not reset for the daytime. But let's count. It should be about 40 seconds. Let me get 30 seconds and I'll save. 30-ish seconds and I'll save. Okay, I'm gonna save. 3, 2, 1, save. Okay, and then about 10 seconds. Right now. Okay. We should get Riolu like right now. Well, like in 2 seconds. Should show up. There it is. Okay. Let's count. How many seconds will it take? This part is weird. It's very time gamey. So we're at probably going to be about 15 seconds, I think. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so 20. And then we'll see when he appears. Okay. 32. So about 12 seconds. So we'll try and do like a 10-second, and then we'll reset at that. We'll be okay to reset there. Okay. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, did we? I don't know if we messed that up. Did we mess it up? Uh-oh. We did. We gotta beat this one. Crash. Crash, bang, boom. What was that noise? That sucks. I think the day is gonna reset. So let's just get the morning going. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll try and count a 5-minute timer or something, or close to a 5-minute timer. Okay, this should be a sunny day. I don't know. I don't think Riolu is going to show up right away. Let's see. Back with pizzas and a drink. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a sunny day. Okay, I think we're going to be counting a 5-minute timer still. So it's 23 minutes and 35 seconds. So let's try to get to 27 minutes and then we'll save. Necrotio, did you hear? I need to make a video about this because I just found out that Pokemon Go announced the like forever friends. So hopefully there's some information out about that. I was looking on LeakDuck and on the stuff that was coming out, forever friendship. Yeah, I'll make a video about it after this stream. But I think it was just announced today. I had a few T's to add in there apparently. Yeah, so I'll put a video out about that tonight. I should be able to get that made. I'll read about it and then I'll come back and talk about it. So and get a video made for it. But that's kind of interesting. There's a new friendship feature in Pokemon for, I think, like your trainer friends. I wonder if there's an implication that maybe something like that might transfer to your Pokemon, your buddies. But I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. I'd imagine, though, like, down the road, maybe that's something that'll come into play. Alright, we're at 26-ish minutes. I'm going to save in 20 seconds and see where we're at. If we don't see a Riolu in a minute, I'll save again. But I'm going to save in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, no, you're good. Hey, ladiesman, I watched your video with your theory about Genesect. That was entertaining. Thanks for putting that out, man. Okay, we're gonna save at 27 minutes again, and hopefully, unless Riolu shows up. So if Riolu shows up, then we'll save again. Or we won't save again. We'll reset. That's what I meant. Okay, here we go. Got about 15 seconds. 10. 5. 2. Okay. All right, we should be close to Riolu now. Okay, so in this minute, I think we'll see Riolu. Better than just calling it Kabutops. I know you said that, like, some of your theories you just, you you don't necessarily, like, believe. Is this one of them that you're like, you feel like Crustle is for sure Genesect? Because it's an interesting theory. I'm gonna save again. I think we should be getting Riolu right now, but okay. King Kabuto. Dude, that meme is hella funny. I like that there was like the Pokemon store, or there was like somebody had a big Kabuto, somebody put like a little king on it. You think it connects? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Okay, there he is. And we're at about 30, we're close to like 30 seconds. So I'll try and save around 23 seconds and see where we're at. Man, this might be a little tough. Hopefully I can time this right so I can count it out all right. Yeah, I hope this works. Okay, give me 1 second. Perfect. Oh, wait. Okay, 3. So we'll go 26 seconds. Okay. At 26 seconds on the clock, I will save. And we should get Riolu like within seconds after that. Just make sure he's not... Oh, there he is. Dang it, I was wrong. Oh, he's collecting every Kabuto first edition that's in good condition? Who? Who is? He's collecting every Kabuto first edition that's in good condition. He's at 150 first editions. That's pretty awesome. But who? King Kabuto? Is that like is that a streamer? Okay. Yeah, I saw the card, the Kabuto EX card, and I saw the meme on that, and I thought that there's some pretty good memes coming out of that. Okay, so we're at 11, so about 20 I think at 20. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I don't have a Twitter. I have Insta. I've got Facebook. I have my own personal Snapchat, but I don't use it for training Riolu. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That was my bad. I need to get closer to this Riolu spawning, so I'm going to try and pay attention to the 20-second mark. I waited 10 seconds longer than I wanted to. Yeah, ladiesman, I was thinking with I don't know, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but it would be kind of fun to make a theory on ancient Pokemon, because every ancient Pokemon gets a rock typing. I'm gonna I was gonna save, but that would have been too late. Man, I'm not getting this timing down. Let me try and get the seconds again. I thought it was 23 seconds, but I could be wrong. Let me get this timing down. Let's see. Okay. I think at 19 seconds I'm going to save. I think that should be good. Okay. Okay, we should be, yeah, perfect. Excuse me. I should have paused the mic there. We should be good now. I just got a shiny Riolu. Skiddo is described as the first Pokemon that humans got along well with. Hey, QLF. Thanks. Good catch, man. Thanks for catching that sneeze. I meant to pause it real quick, but I didn't get it. I just got a shiny Riolu, but it is not the female that I was able to get for the female that I was able to get for Part God. You got things like Mamoswine and Yanmega that are part of the ancient past. Yeah, like having ancient power unlocks their ancient, evolutions. Absolutely. I just mean like fossil Pokemon. I think because they were fossilized for so long, like when you revive a fossilized Pokemon, it naturally has the rock typing. So would like the Pokemon like Tyrant, would Tyrant still have a rock typing like back in ancient times? Maybe. Yeah. They could just be a paradox too. Started Violet on the Switch too, and what a big difference. I've heard that too. That sounds awesome. Well, I think it was meant to be put out on the Switch 2, but like they didn't have the Switch 2 out at the time or something along those lines. Yeah, that's the Area Zero is an interesting like Pokemon phenomenon regardless. I love the idea behind Area Zero. Finally enjoying that game. Dude, Scarlet and Violet is so good. I'm glad that I mean, I know some people don't think it's playable on the Switch, but I played hundreds of hours on that game, and I thought it was great, but I'd imagine that it's so much better on the Switch too, like playability wise. The idea of fossil restoration is pretty far out there. So some areas, such as like incomplete DNA revival that fuses some of the rock into the Pokemon, is plausible. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we agree on that. Yeah, like it seems like that's kind of the case for. I don't know. Like, would Tyrant be just a pure Dragon type Pokemon? You know what I mean? Like, I think Amora might be like just a pure. I don't know though. Like, do they look different? There's a female. That's our first female. I haven't been keeping track of the time since we got the shiny. Bot Sword DLC. Oh hell yeah. I need to actually, after this DLC, I think I'm gonna hop over to Sword and Shield because I need to get shiny Keldeo, and so I'd like to finish out getting the Pokedex entries in the Crown Tundra, and I think I need 2 Pokemon in the Isle of Armor. No, you're not interrupting. No, me and Ladiesman put out a theory video about Crustle being the Pokemon in ancient, or that the Pokemon that the plasma scientists made into Genesect. So and it was an interesting theory. Yeah. So we were just kind of discussing, because like a lot of, like, there's a pretty general fan theory that like Kabutops was the Pokemon that Genesect was based off of. I mean, that regardless, it's all conjecture because Pokemon hasn't said. The fossil Pokemon seem to be aware of their typing in a way. Rampardos uses Rocky Head to protect it from headbutts. That's an interesting thing to say because it's based on the Pachycephalosaurus, which has like the hard skull. Like that's what Cranidos is based off of, the Pachycephalosaurus. So I think with the fossilization on any Pokemon being revived, I agree with you. I think being revived gives it that rock typing. But I don't know if it had the rock typing in ancient times. Like, it'd be fun to explore that though. When you get into, yeah, I didn't, like, for me, I thought that was such a weird dynamic in Gen 8, like mixing up the fossils. That was super weird. Love this. I don't understand, but I'm here to listen to you too. Yeah, like I'm just curious. I'm curious what the idea. I mean, since Generation 1, every time we revive a fossil Pokemon, it's a rock typing. So that implies to me that the fossilization, and it sounds like Ladiesman agrees. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll show you. Well, on the next reset, I'll show you that. Ladiesman and I seem to agree that fossil Pokemon being revived, like, is conducive to the revived Pokemon getting the rock typing. But my question would be, like, do you think any ancient Pokemon that were fossil Pokemon, right, that became fossil Pokemon, do you think any of them had rock typing? And I like the idea of like Bastiodon just being a straight up steel type Pokemon, right? Like that would be interesting. I don't know. Like who knows? I don't know what Pokemon would say about that. Like maybe it's wrong to take that idea and run with it. Or yeah, I don't know. Yeah. See, yeah, that is weird. Cuz was it Dragapult or nope. Dracovish, right? Dracovish and Arctozolt and all of those Pokemon end up getting two typings from the two different Pokemon. And like I think that's more of an implication that like restoring fossils in their full format, like it would be cool to see what Dracovish's like full form of a Pokemon would be. Would its face still be upside down and stuff like that? You know, I'm not sure, but like it seems like some mad science was happening in Galar. And I'm not a fan, honestly. Like I don't like the tiny Arctozolt like upper body with the giant like torso and back half of a Pokemon that's not supposed to be. Like it weirds me out, and two, like it just seems like inhumane. But I like the idea behind fossil type Pokemon, and I like that since Generation 1, that's been something that's been consistent in Pokemon, fairly consistent. Yeah, dude, we're growing. 143 subs. It's so exciting. The channel's doing pretty good. Last week was a great week for the channel. I hope it continues this week. I don't know how, but last week we were like every stream was getting to the point of like close to 40 viewers, and that was pretty good. But I think at most we had like I think the top concurrent viewers we had last week was like 7 at a time. So it'd be cool if we could get that number like in the tens, up higher and higher, and have more people having conversations in the chats. That would be great. Like that's where I think we're heading. So I'm glad you guys are here to be a part of that. Dracovish is a nightmare of a Pokemon. Upside down face, needs to breathe underwater to survive. Body not suited to swimming. Just a head on a tail. Yeah. Where's its stomach? But I will give it that it has a fantastic shiny. Like that shiny is cool looking. But yeah, nothing else good to say about that. Sure, with time we'll get there. Absolutely. Hopefully, we got a shiny Riolu within like the first 20 minutes of the stream, I'd say. And so hope it was a male. It wasn't we aren't able to complete the challenge with that male Riolu. So that's too bad. I was hoping with the amount of females that we were getting to show up, that we would have a higher chance. We had about 20% chance of the female showing up. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the rates that we're at right now. We're not at 20% for females showing up right now, but pretty good. That is true. That is an implication. I'm surprised we haven't gotten like a Frankenstein-like Pokemon yet. Yo, Parkrod, we got a shiny Riolu today, but it's not a female. If you get doubles, can you miss one, or what's up? Miss one, like you mean like giveaway for trades? Absolutely, yeah. If we're collecting multiple shinies, they are up for trade. Absolutely, hands down. As long as I have enough for the shiny live decks. Joel challenged us to get a live shiny decks, and that's the goal. So as long as we have Pokemon for the live decks, anything beyond that is up for trades. Damn it. I was talking about this before anybody was in the chat, but I was like, I'm going to try not to like mash my A button in between resetting. That's one of the things I really dislike about the shiny hunting method is like I get impatient with the reset going through the... Oh, I meant to show you my home screen too. Dang it. I forgot yesterday at the end of the stream, I meant to post my Discord. Okay, here. So we got Pokemon, 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 Fantasy Life. So, and that's all due to Pokemon Home releasing the shinies and starting this channel. We have 2 days until the DLC. That's right. Yeah, I was hoping that first shiny would show up female, but it was male. So if you want that, I'll give it to you. And if that's something you want to call good on the challenge, I'll give it to you. But I'm going for the female, so we're trying to get that female going. We need to get the female shiny Riolu before the DLC. I'd like to get it before the DLC. Because I said, and I will stick to this, like once the DLC starts, we're going to stick to the DLC story for the streams. So that way people can watch it back and they can kind of stay in like an episodic format. But after the DLC, I will continue challenges. So it's a little counterintuitive to not get the female Riolu before that. So I'd like to get it. I'm working on it. I worked on it a little bit last night. Wasn't able to get the female. I wasn't even able to get a shiny last night. So first thing that happened this stream, we ended up with a shiny Riolu. So that was pretty cool. But it didn't have... We were at like a 20% rate of shiny, of females showing up, and that rate has definitely like dropped down to practically nothing. I haven't seen a female since we've gotten the shiny. Oh no, I've seen like 1 or 2 females since we've gotten the shiny. So yeah, it's dropped down significantly, but I think with that drop in females, I'm gonna probably at the hour mark go and try and shiny hunt at the bench. That way we can switch it up a little bit. There's a female. Are they gonna pick up in rate? Like are we gonna get more females now that I said something? Shoot. I jinxed myself. Bam, bam, bam. No tiki. What method is better? In my opinion, you get more possibilities of a shiny doing the bench reset. Like, because it gives you a chance to get shiny of all the stuff around you. Whereas this, you're focused on one Pokemon. And so, to me, I'd rather be able to get a chance to get shinies for the decks and stuff like that. Like, it'd be so nice to be able to find Gumi shiny now. rather than having to wait for it later, because we still have to get 3 Goomies for the decks. And right now, the only we were wasting hours of time just focusing on one Pokemon. And there's tons of Binacle down in this little groove down here. And so we're not hunting those. And every time we reset, like if the shiny showed up, I won't know about it. You know what I mean? Because we're focusing on this one Pokemon. For my other theories, I have Castform and Cryogonal as ancient Pokemon. Interesting. Rhydon as well branches into a few different families. Yeah, Rhydon makes sense. Like, I feel like, you know that little statue that's been around in Pokemon forever? And even is showing up now in Kalos, like the little statue of Pokemon. It almost looks like Rhyhorn, and in some like iterations of Pokemon games, they made that statue kind of look like Rhyhorn. But I think in most iterations it's not a Rhyhorn. It's almost like Cubone or the substitute like doll that you throw out. So I feel like that has merit to be a Pokemon, but it's interesting that they've also they've swapped that out with Rhydon as like the statue. So that's kind of interesting. I'm curious if there's some sort of definitely dimension of Carlos. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be covering that a bit more in my next special episode. All right. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I like theorizing. It's fun because like, you know, we don't have unless there's concrete evidence that something's going on, we kind of just get to make a little bit of a headcanon for ourselves, and you know, can be proven right or wrong at a later date. And that's what I like, that's what's going on with Pokemon like having a future. I really hope that in the DLC, one of the things that I'm probably most excited for about this game was getting more information about the Ghost Girl. But at this point, it doesn't seem like I don't think there's any information to be said about the Ghost Girl that we met that said you're not the one. I don't think there's a studio in this game where there's a TV studio that you can go into like there is in X and Y. I mean, maybe Quasartico used to be, but you can't like go up the elevator or anything like that. I still need to map that out. Where the hell was that in X and Y, and where that is on Lumiose City's map? I think that'd be kind of fun to do. But I think with the DLC, it's possible that we could get some more information about the Ghost Girl. I'd love to see that. Is it plausible? Maybe not, but maybe. I'd rather remain hopeful about it, because they didn't. Every game so far has had like every main series game has had like the Ghost Girl. Even with what is given as proof, I'd like to challenge that proof to see how real it is. Like Slowpoke and Shelder's interaction. From my research on Slowbro and Slowking, it isn't Shelder. Ghost Girl was like northeast of Lumiose, in the northeast section. Okay, here, let me take a look here. I was talking to my roommate about the Pokedex entries, and I think it'd be interesting if like that if it was explained that maybe like somebody who's writing the Pokedex entries is like a writer for like something like the Inquirer here in the real world, because like we've never seen Tyranitar move mountains, and it says that like Alakazam has an IQ of 9,999. You said northeast? Quasartico could be the replacement for that studio. Oh no, this is west. Sorry. So let me see. Northeast. Cafe Restaurant Leweo and the Justice Dojo. Yeah, right. Like this should be. So this would be north. It would be kind of in this district, I think. So the Jean district, or a little bit of the Rouge district. So it'd be somewhere in here. Yeah, we have the Switch 2 in the house, yeah. And he hasn't started Z8. He's kind of like taking his time with Mario Kart right now. Well, it'd be interesting. Like, I would like to see a game. I started talking to you about this, but you took off yesterday. But like in Sonic Adventures, they have the Chow Garden, and Sonic can go in, like, cuddle up but an egg and hatch a Chow, and then he brings him a bunch of stuff from the different levels and stuff like that. Yeah, he's playing Mario Kart, which is kind of fun. Looks like it's a fun game. He's not doing anything out in the world yet. He's just doing like the Grand Prix. So we haven't been able to. I haven't seen him explore the free world yet, which is kind of funny, because they opened up a free world in Mario Kart World, and he's just doing the Grand Prix right now. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see like a connection, a much better way of, like, we have very specific things, eating KFC, eating the Famous Bowl, and playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Heck yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog, baby. It'd be cool to see if we could get something like a Poke Garden, right? Where we have like a mechanic for friendship, but it'd be cool to like expand upon that, or have like Pokemon have more like attitudes or personalities or things like that interact with your character and other characters around you. Like, I don't see that being too far-fetched, right? Like, lots of other games can have characters interact with each other and things like that. So having Pokemon have personalities and things like that, I don't know if that's too much to ask for. It'd be cool, because I think it would help out with like some of those like complaints about Pokemon repeating and using a lot of the character designs. If he wants to play sometimes, I have the game too. Okay, I'll in the Discord, if you send me your Nintendo code, I'll give it to him. Pokopia? What are my thoughts about Pokopia? So it looks like it's like an Armageddon world. It looks like it's a part of the apocalypse, the Pokemon apocalypse. And it's interesting because like when they show Ditto come out of its Pokeball, like there's a lot of stuff that had been buried, or like it looks like some of the stuff has been like dirt has kind of brushed over a lot of the stuff that was in that cave. So that's kind of interesting. Ditto seems to like have some self-actualization in that game, where he's like, oh, I'm a Pokemon. So I wonder who his trainer was. That's one of the things I was curious about. And then with the Pokemon Center being crumbled down, that's kind of interesting. But I'm curious. My thought is that is with this game, are there going to be more regional variants, and is this going to be like a region like based in the future, and that's how these regional variants exist, like because of you know evolution, or like uh, like it's going to be a regional variant, like in Alola, Grimer, because they eat so much fucking sorry, because they eat so much garbage, like they gained like crystallized teeth and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to try it. But like I think because of this region, like Pikachu being a ghost type Pokemon, having electric ghost type, it could be because of the environment, like, it's a post apocalyptic world. But yeah, it's interesting. Snorlax is Mosslax, and he's had to wait for a long time, so moss has grown over on him. It's interesting. I'm curious about the regional Pokemon. I think it's going to be a fun game. Like, I liked Animal Crossings. I enjoyed um, the I enjoy some cozy games. That the game that's not a Pokemon game on my menu, that's like all the way at the end, is a cozy game called Fantasy Life, and me and my brother played the shit out of that for like 3 weeks. When he got me into that, he had been playing it for a long time, and I like played it to the point that I caught up. So that was kind of fun. Ideally, Pokopia has stuff like that, but I doubt there will be any conflict between Pokemon. What, like, battling? Is that what you mean? Conflict between Pokemon? Any conflict? Well, like Game Freak? I'm not sure what you mean, dude. Goes on sale pretty often for a fair price. Oh, cool. Yeah. No, that looks like a fun game. I've seen people play that. Dragon Quest Builders. The nature conflicts. Oh, like what we're... Yeah, the idea of what we were just talking about. It doesn't look like it's going to have that aspect. Like, it's going to be a very plain... I think Pokemon will join your island, kind of like neighbors in Animal Crossings. Ditto will be able to like use the effect of different Pokemon's moves so that you can build and deconstruct and construct and terraform your island, right? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I was on a train of thought. I was asked beforehand, like, what my thoughts were on Pokopia, and so I'm trying to catch up. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to skip over anybody's comments. Hesitated to buy it, but waiting to see more. Let me see how it is so I can buy it to try it. Yeah, if you're interested in sandbox gameplay, the nature conflicts. Thank you. I'll look it up, ladiesmen. You kind of skipped over my comment, and then we making you lost. Yeah, no. This is what's up. Yeah, I definitely got behind on comments. I do have thoughts about Pokopia. I'm interested in it. I think I really did enjoy Animal Crossings. I think it's going to be fairly similar. Which, hey, it was a great game. Like, it came out. I think it was like one of those lightning in a bottle moments, because I think COVID was happening at that time. A lot of people were getting furloughed and let go from their jobs because people had to move out of buildings and kind of work from home and stuff like that. So while I was furloughed, I bought the game. I played with all my friends who were furloughed, and we spent like every day on each other's islands. So Animal Crossings was interesting. I think its mighty success was based on time and place. And so we ended up enjoying the shit out of that. I enjoyed that game, and I'm glad that it was so popular. But with this new Pokopia game, it looks like it's about to be similar. It looks like it's about to be part like crafting. It looks like it's gonna have elements of collecting Pokemon to your island, which I'm interested in. It looks like it's yeah. Oops. I tried Dragon Quest Builders 2, found that I'm not a creative person with the sandbox block game. So I'm not interested in Pokopia. Also don't have a Switch 2. Yeah. It looks like it's only on Switch 2, but if somebody buys it on the Switch 2, they can lend it to somebody with a Switch 1. And I could just probably, now that we have a Switch 2 in the house, I could probably either ask to borrow it or lend it to myself for 14 days. Oh, you never tried Animal Crossings? It's interesting. Like, I think there's a reason why it's popular. I never played it on the DS, and I kind of, after playing New Leaf, I wish I did. I wish I did play it on the DS. Can get it on Steam as well, other platforms too. For the Dragon Quest, I don't have a Steam account yet. That's definitely something I'm gonna have to get into. But for now, I've got plenty of Pokemon games to play until that content runs dry, and then I'll definitely look into getting like I'll look into getting, what's the word? What the hell? There are, hell yeah. Why can't I think of the word? What's it called when you get the software that can play software? I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. But I'll look into getting an emulator. That's what it is. I'm gonna try and get an emulator so that I can play. I don't know, man. Maybe I need some echinacea or some fish oil or something. You don't think you've met somebody who plays Pokemon every single game and then make them last longer by shiny hunting? Hi, my name is Roy, man. Yeah, I was rebooting. And I know with with ZA, I was definitely waiting for the DLC to drop. I think what I should have done, probably with like hindsight, I should have went into Sword and Shield and played it as we waited. Once I finished the game, I could have played ZA like on the back half, like just playing by myself when I did. But honestly, I'm kind of glad we're doing this live stream with ZA doing shiny hunting, because I haven't spent a lot of time playing video games with everything that's been going on at home and at, like with myself. There's a lot of stuff that's been picking up for me, so that's kind of interesting. I am trying to come up with a new series, which I haven't been able to spend any time on. I'm coming up with a video series for different IPs having Pokemon trainers, which I have spent some time on, but I haven't been able to like build the video yet. So I with Christmas and stuff like that, the house has been like, let's get this stuff done. And typically when I go to eat, I want to like cook my food and spend time. Like it's great. Yeah, it's been busy. I've been catching up on some anime like before bed. QLF, I've been meaning to tell you, dude, I finished Steins Gate. I don't think it was like the greatest anime I've ever watched, but it was good. Like I enjoyed it. Like I think the side characters, like all the side characters, helped me enjoy that anime. Like the main character was very eccentric, and I like how it seems like some of the like pretend stuff that he does, and like the way outside of the like mad scientist, oh, ha, 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 like that kind of stuff was over the top. He was pretty over the top, but yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good, but like it's definitely overshadowed by like I just watched Demon Slayer. The music in there and the animation in there and like relating to the characters in there was way heavier than it was in Steins Gate. I think Steins Gate was a good light anime to watch, like to kind of. I mean, I don't know. That's hard to say because it's a very heavy subject, right? There's some heavy themes and ideas in Steins Gate. However, I'd say that I really enjoyed. You thought the same about the story, but you liked it. Okay, yeah, I liked the story. I liked the idea of the different timelines, and being able to travel from timeline to timeline. Even though the thing was called like a time machine, it definitely like put him in different like space dimensions and different alternate Earths and things like that. So that was kind of fun. Interesting, very interesting. I liked the concept of the show. I felt like maybe the main character, there's something like something about something a little off for me, like that I just maybe I couldn't relate. Like living in a fantasy world of just making shit up and chaos all the time didn't seem to be something that I could relate to. Like chaos is not. I'm not an agent of chaos. I've grown out of that in my life, I think. So I think I couldn't relate to the main character, but I did like the lab assistant, and I liked the childhood friend that he had. That was just like I'll support you through anything. Like that was a cool character. She was pretty cool, but I liked that the soldier girl seemed like she was from the future. You can't really do time travel with space or dimension travel. That's do you mean like you can't really do time travel without space or dimension travel? Is that what you're saying? I told you Steins Gate is different, but in a good way. Yeah. Yeah. I can't put my finger on what, like, I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing the entire thing because I think there was incredible moments in that show. So saying that's accurate. There were incredible moments in that show, but like I don't think I can like the whole thing is a criticism because I what stopped me from enjoying the show was mostly the eccentric nature of the main character. That's probably how I would say it. Like if you built a time machine that only did time travel, you'd probably go into space. Earth is constantly rotating and orbiting the sun. You think so? Like the person that built the time machine isn't going to account for where in time the Earth would be? I feel like that is probably like a base calculation that has to be in a time machine, right? Like where are you going back in time, and where are you landing? Like that has to be a calculation. Because I don't know. I think you could do just time, but in this show, like the way they explain it is the timelines are like alternate dimensions. And so, right. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Space and time machines. Yeah. Palkia and Dialga. There he is. Yeah, but the show was interesting. I'm watching Hunter x Hunter now, and I think that in comparison, like Hunter x Hunter is a much more entertaining show. Like I've really enjoyed the different story arcs there so far. Last night I think I got to Hisoka. They haven't like made it to I think it's the final test. So they got interviewed by the Grand. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is really good. Thank you. That's a great recommendation. I like the animation style. It kind of reminds me of like Chrono Trigger or Inuyasha. No, not the same genre. That's fair. But yeah, on this list that you guys made for me, I've been able to knock off 2B Hero X, Demon Slayer, Steins Gate. Now I'm on Hunter x Hunter, and then after that, Necrotio wants me to watch God of High School, and so I'll have to. He said like that's peak. Same game, bro. Same game. Yo, what's up, Giselle? Hola, amigo. $140. It's like 123 episodes. I don't know. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll. Is there a difference? Like the animation style, like I was saying, is like Inuyasha or Chrono Trigger. Like it's got kind of that. It's kind of got that vibe to it. To the anime. But like not to the character. The characters are so individually set up with like, hey, this is my backstory. I think they did an awesome job. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. You too? Giselle, how have you been? Welcome back to the chat. Okay, I'm not sure. I just picked one. I'll look and see if there's yeah, it's better and newer, but not original story. Me too. There's a 1999 version and a 2011 version of you, Giselle. No one mourns the wicked. Oh, I haven't been able to see it yet. Wicked for Good looks so good. I would have seen it like opening night if I could have. Clean graphically, yeah, it looks kind of older. I'd say I'm probably watching the 1999 version. The intro is like, this was hitting when Kirk died. Captain Kirk. 2011 is the one to watch. Okay, I think I'm watching the 1999 one because it's like magic. The magic. The unknown has magic to it, and it says something like treasure. It says like kaiju. Yeah, monsters, and then like something monsters, and then it's like unknown lands. Unknown has magic to it. And then it says like something else in the like hunters are going after this type of magic. Charlie Kirk? Oh. Yeah, that dude was a racist, and like his content was going up against like college students who probably didn't know better about some of the stuff he was talking about. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that guy because I feel like people on a general basis deserve to be treated better. So that was my opinion of that guy. Oh, okay. Then maybe I'm watching the 2011 part. But yeah, the story's killing. Like, it's I like you need to watch the 2011 then for the right effect and opinion. That's what I think. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was a difference. But I've really enjoyed it so far, like the fishing pole and the two, like I like Leorio and can't remember the cool rage guy. Like his the rage power was pretty great, dude. All right, like there was a trial in the Twisted Tower. It's so nice that there are Americans like you. Oh, I mean, I'd like to think that most people probably want a lot of the same stuff, but because there's like division and things like that in the way that people talk about stuff, it's I'd imagine that ideals that we probably all have for the same like reasoning and understanding, like we all probably want the same thing, and instead of being united, I think like right now it's so easy to see that things are divided, and that's probably not as true as what we're seeing. Like the reality probably is that there's more to unite us than there is to divide us. So I think that most Americans probably feel that way, right? Even Republicans, like like I typically when things aren't so batshit crazy in the world like right now, normally when I'm looking at a ballot, like I'll try and find people that aren't funded by like Monsanto and things like that and vote on both sides. But I can't right now. Like it just doesn't seem to make any sense. 1999 version has less arcs, as well as the 2011 has more stuff overall. Okay. Yeah, so I went through the quick like the sailboat arc where the waves were crashing and Leorio and the other cool guy were like about to fight, and then that guy falls overboard and Gon like goes and dives for him and they catch him and they all become friends. Like that was awesome. Can't remember how much that we're gonna get. So many mega evolution until DLC. Yeah. I think we've been introduced to 4 Pokemon that are gonna get mega evolutions, but it looks like we're gonna be traveling. What I'd imagine is we're gonna be traveling to different regions to find different mega evolutions, especially seeing that Arctibax. I'm sorry. Baxcalibur, Chime Echo, Zeraora is from, Alola. Yeah, it might be cool to see some different regions maybe in the DLC. Cardi B or Nicki Minaj? Both. Oh my god. I need to ask you, while I was going to Wild Zone 12, I got a shiny Snorunt. Hey! Congrats, dude. Is it a male or a female? Can you get the shiny Frostlass? Can you get a shiny, is that a shiny Frostlass? I mean, you can evolve Snorunt into Glalie too, but with a stone, right? You could get Frostlass. That would be so cool to get that mega. The little Cacodemon lady. Yeah, she's cool looking, man. I can't wait to go shiny hunt Snorunt eventually. Yo, why not? Yeah, but in the base game, we have Phalanx, Drampa that are from future regions. It isn't just Kalos and before. Right, because this is 5 years after X and Y. Like, absolutely, yes. Yes, and it is female. Awesome, dude. Hey, congrats on the Snorunt. I love that you got that, and I hope that you enjoy whatever you evolve it into because that's fun. But yeah, dude, like 5 years after X and Y, you don't imagine like people traveling or like because like the way this game is set up, the wild zones. The wild zones are like the new thing to Lumio City. And so Drampa and Phalanx and Pokemon that weren't in the X and Y games, it really does make sense that they're being brought in to Lumios for these wild zone areas. Jesse James Team Rocket? Oh no. Stay away from my Pikachu. What do I want to evolve into? I want to evolve into Lucario, man. This is training Riolu. Are you talking about Snorunt? Yo, since it's a female, I would probably do Frostlass. But you could definitely do Mega Glalie or Frostlass. Then why would an alternate dimension with other foreign Pokemon mean that we can travel to different regions? Because Hoopa. What do you mean? Why? Well, then why? Why would an alternate dimension with other foreign Pokemon mean we can travel to different regions? I would invite you to ask that question in a different way, right? Like, why wouldn't we be able to travel to different regions? And some side quests have different regions already. So we can travel to another dimension and catch other megas. Like Hoopa is going to get ingredients to donuts, and Ansha is going to make Hoopa donuts. And so when Hoopa eats different donuts, it looks like that mechanic is going to allow us to travel into different dimensions, right? The game is going to be called Mega Dimensions. So that's multiple dimensions, not just one. So far, the announcement has shown the upside down Lumios, which is one dimension, and that's all we've seen. That doesn't mean that's the only dimension that we're going to. You're going to evolve it into Frostlass? Yeah, baby! That's going to be so beautiful, especially with that like rainbow sheen on all over it with the Mega Evolution. That's going to look so cool, man. That's awesome. Congrats on your new Frostlass. Dude, I'm stoked for you. I can't wait till I can get one. That'll be pretty fun. I'm really hoping I can get your female Riolu here in the next half hour, but we did get a male Riolu, and unfortunately, it was not a female. But what I'm seeing is that most of these Riolus that are showing up too are male. So our female rates have definitely dropped down back to the, less than 10%. I know you doubt that. Yes, that is something that you don't believe in, but we'll find out here in 2 days. I really doubt that because they didn't want to create better models for buildings, and that the dimension is an inverted Lumios. I don't think they would put an effort into that. Doesn't make any sense in anything that we've gotten from downloadable content in the last like 3 games. So like, what are you basing that off of? So yeah, it's just like the game of DLC Mega Dimensions with more dimensions and more Pokemon. Odds is it's going Pokemon Old is going to be, so I could be wrong. Like maybe we aren't going to Hoenn, maybe we aren't going to like Paldea, maybe we aren't going to Kanto, but it's definitely like, from what I understand, this is going to be an opportunity for us to be able to see Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre, and Swampert, and Blaziken, and Sceptile, which are all in Hoenn. So typically, I'd imagine that Hoopa's gonna let us go to Hoenn. The last time that Hoopa, okay, here's my train of thought, right? The last time Hoopa was in a game, which was Alpha and Omega, so Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, Hoopa brought us to like every single like every single legendary Pokemon that we could go to, right? One game let us see Lugia, one game let us see like Ho-Oh, right? Okay. And that was on the DS. It was awesome. It was a cool little like thing that we could do on after the game. Plus we got the Delta like post-game content. And in X and Y we got the post-game content for Looker's Bureau. Freaking awesome. Great content. Okay. Since then, we've had Sword and Shield, who had the downloadable content, you know, with the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. Very vast. They had their own Pokedexes. It allowed us to get more legendary Pokemon, allowed us to like fill out a huge roster of Pokedex Pokemon, right? And then in Scarlet and Violet, we had the downloadable content for Kitakami and the Blueberry Academy. And I don't know about anyone else, but for myself, I spent hundreds of hours in Blueberry Academy, even after finishing everything that you can do in there, because like there's so many Pokemon that you can get for shiny hunting and things like that. And I really, really enjoyed Blueberry Academy. I loved that there was the like room that you can meet all these different trainers in, and you can bring all the people to come and meet you in that room, and you could battle them on the court. Plus, like Snacksworth had you go and find all the different legendaries that he had met as a kid, and so like there was tons to do. So why would they revert? Why would they go back to anything less than that? Right? That's my train of thought. If you have a counter to that, then lay it on me, because I can't imagine a world where we get something like either like far from on the less amount of in a DLC. We paid $30 for this DLC, and I'd imagine it's going to be at least as good as like the Marvel's like 2D game that came out that has tons of replayability to it. Like, I don't think we're going to just be stuck in one place. The donuts mean to me that there's going to be different like recipes that we're going to have to find for Hoopa, which it seems to me like we're going to have different places that we can go. And to me, that doesn't mean we're going to be stuck in the upside down Lumiose. Like, and have you played a Pokemon game before? Because typically, like, there's outside stuff that we get to do. Like, Shaman was in a outside garden, and, you know, Victini was on an outside island. It would be one thing if we're going somewhere in the Pokemon world to go to, like visiting Goldenrod or exploring that. Dimension is a fancy way of keeping the same city but adding more content. Why? I don't agree with you. You're not giving me anything to like counter what I'm saying. Like, I would love like to agree with you or like come to some sort of like middle ground, but I can't imagine that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet giving us the Blueberry Academy and giving us Kitakami, and then coming to this game, having it be as great as it was. I know we differ in opinion on it, but like having it be as great as it was and then not doing something with the DLC that's not that's equal to or better than like the DLC. Pokemon tends to learn from itself. What do you mean? What do you mean the track record isn't as like you're talking about like what people who play the game rate it as? I play the game. Like I've played Sword and Shield, I played Scarlet and Violet, I've played Shining, Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. I play this game, and I am a trainer in every one of these regions, and I cannot say that like Pokemon has lowered its track record. Like the Ogre Pond story, the Terrapago story, it was freaking incredible. Like I love Ogre Pond. Like the fact that I got to spend time filling in a dex in Kitakami, which was close to Johto, Sinnoh, Hoenn, and Kanto. Like what? That's huge, right? Like there's this place in Japan called Kitakami in the Pokemon world, and I get to like meet new legendaries and do Kitakami, do Blueberry Academy, go back to Kitakami, and there's like there's a post game to the DLC. DLC within 2 months of release isn't exactly a good situation. Says who? Why are you saying these like blanket statements that like give me some substance, dude? The other DLC released a year later, 2 months for the new region to explore. You're saying production value? You don't think it's going to be great? I played them all. You saw the collection, and I think the same as Roy, not going to lie. But I don't hate on Ladies Man's opinion. We just think differently. Yeah, no, I'm not hating. I just want more substance. Please, like, give me an argument that I can, like, ponder on and think about. Because, like, what you're saying is Pokemon's track record isn't what it used to be, right? Says who? Like, what are you like? I know that's what you think, and you're basing it on like, yes, we're gonna see, we're gonna find out, and it's not about being right or wrong. I just can't imagine, like, I really can't imagine that Pokemon is gonna be like, yeah, good luck, guys. Sorry about your game. They were making Legends ZA for years. They were waiting on the Switch too. Yeah, I don't know how long this game's been in production. I can't say for sure, but I'm sure you can look it up. Like, that's pretty public information. But yeah, the Pokemon being on a downward spiral doesn't equate to the news articles that I've been reading. It doesn't equate to the numbers that they've been making for their games. It doesn't equate to like the things that you can measure, right? 2 years. Yeah, that's not a lot of time. But I can't imagine that they're gonna say, hey, play this DLC and beat, like, we're gonna make sure that everybody's disappointed in it. Like, I feel like there was, from what I see in the announcement, right, there was the Upside Down. You have like Marowak and Cubone showing up. You have Primeape, Annihilate showing up. You have like Pokemon that aren't in the game. So that's saying, hey, there's gonna be more Pokemon to add to the Pokedex. There's this whole segment that's like level 150, which is kind of interesting. Like, and maybe that's what's going on in the Upside Down Lumiose, right? But we have Karina, and she correlates to the Mega of the title, right? She's got like this strap. With the more recent years, they're cutting more and more corners in terms of overall development. Budget or time constraints don't inspire confidence. That's not the, like, I don't know what what you're basing that off of, though. Announcing the DLC before the game release is not a good sign. You said that, but like, but I'm not buying it, right? Like, I know that's like the narrative that's out there online, but until I try the DLC out for myself and have something to say about it. But what I do have to say right now is based on the DLC that I've tried so far, it's been a pleasant experience, hands down, so far. Like, Crown Tundra, awesome. Isle of Armor, awesome. I loved Mustard. I loved being able to like find Leon's like origin of why he's so good. He was trained by Mustard. You meet Honey, Mustard's wife. You get like the Gigantamax soup, which allows you to have Pokemon that you evolve and you train that you can change now into Gigantamaxes instead of Dynamax Pokemon. It was like, that was awesome. Like, it added so much to Sword and Shield, like just having that Gigantamax soup being available. And then like playing Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet was like this incredible journey with 3 different paths that was free play. And Pokemon's never done anything like that before. People complained because of the ride Pokemon and like weird things that you could see online where like their character is growing like and stretching out and all that stuff, or like that it just wasn't playable. You know, I don't know anybody who played Scarlet and Violet that said that this isn't playable. Like, that was just an online consensus that I saw. And some people were, you know, maybe breaking the game probably to get to that point so they could say this game is not playable. But everybody else who played the game that isn't interested in like graphics or isn't interested in like that just wanted to be in the world of Pokemon, the people that I've seen play the game, like Tyranitar Tube and my brother and myself and Princess Diana and like Pimp Knight enjoyed the games while he was playing it, but he's had reasonable complaints about the things that he enjoys Pokemon for battling. And some of the Pokemon games that have come out recently aren't built for that. So like he's enjoyed the games, but like they weren't built for the type of Pokemon that he enjoys. But that's 1 out of like 7 people who can say like, I really enjoyed this game. And I haven't seen it like go back. Announcing the reason they did that was because the Generation 10 game got leaked. So they are probably preparing for the announcement on Pokemon Day to be about the new generation. Yeah, that's just what I'm wondering for the DLC too. Most people aren't done with the story, so DLC so fast may be great thing to add to the story to keep it fresh, right? Like I think that what we're doing right now with all this shiny hunting, it's probably not the most like fascinating thing to tune into, and I don't plan on doing this for the rest of, you know, my streaming career. Like, there's plenty of content to play, and I plan on switching it up. But yeah, like I feel like this could get fairly stagnant for people. And so, you know, with the DLC coming out right away, I'm stoked. You know, I like the ranked battles. I think that'd probably be more fun to do, honestly. But, you know, people who have challenged me usually ask for like shiny hunting. And I'm doing this because Necrotio has asked, like, can you keep it shiny hunting instead of some of this other stuff? So I'm doing that. If you guys want me to do something, let me know. I'll do it. I wonder how long the DLC will stay fresh. Another month, maybe? Probably. That's about the average time span for... I think 3 weeks was the time span for Legends ZA. People enjoyed it for about 3 weeks, and then it started dying off on socials and media. But I know that there are socials dedicated to it that are still going. And while the mainstream market probably isn't enjoying it as much, there are people that are like just getting into it too, that are like, oh yeah, I'm riding this wave of enjoyment. But that's what I'm seeing. And it's, we live in a world where like content is definitely driven by what you are surrounding yourself with, what, you know. So I have seen those negative comments. I'm trying to get the perspective, and I try to, every time I talk about Pokemon and the state of Pokemon, I try to also say like, I think that the fan base says that they want this, and I hope that Nintendo gets that message. I hope Game Freak gets the message, and I think that they can improve on certain things like this, and it'd be awesome. Like, I feel like there's probably ways that they could improve, and you know, I want to try out the games. Like, I don't enjoy playing Pokemon Unite. Like, it's not something that I have picked up and like been like, yo, I need to play this all the time. It's not something that like piques my interest. But there's a guy that hops on chat sometimes and he's like, yo, did you play Unite? Unite, and he's great at the game and he plays it all the time. So I get that, ladiesman, you have a preference on how Pokemon needs to be. Roy, you have a preference on how Pokemon needs to be. QLF, you have a preference on, like, everybody is going to have an opinion, and that needs to happen because Pokemon needs to understand that they need to meet people where they're at, and it shouldn't just be like, yeah, you know, Pop. It shouldn't just be Pokemon's like, well, we're gonna do this, and then you guys deal with it. It should be, we did this because a long time ago we told you this, and now here it is back again. Or, you know, or we're doing this because you guys spoke out, and money shows. Like, you're not buying this because we fucked up. I mean, when that happens, then the company will change. And so far, it hasn't ever pushed me to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna buy a Pokemon game again, because what they've done since the Switch is get to the point of like telling these incredible stories and making me feel like a trainer, like that is involved with the game. So that's something that I've really enjoyed about Pokemon. So when the DLC pops and we're keep meeting Karina again, you know, first time in since X and Y came out, and we're meeting new characters that hang out with Hoopa and stuff like that, it has a potential to do some incredible things. But yeah, what we know is that there's other Pokemon out there like Mega Evolutions. So I have a feeling that we're going to get to a place where we can get to those Mega Evolutions. And I don't know if Upside Down Lumiose is going to be the place that houses Mega Rayquaza. I don't know if the Upside Down Lumiose is going to be the place where I find a Mega Sceptile. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. Pokemon is its own thing, and people are free to do what they like battling, some hunting, just some story. Exactly. It's not perfect, but we know that already. And with time, we hope it will get perfect. Yeah. And I really do hope Pokemon will meet everybody where they're at. Like, I think one of the things that Pokemon could do is say, hey, let's drop 2 million on the development of this game instead of just, you know, 1.4. Or they could say like, hey, some of these AAA studios games are spending this much money, Infinity Arc and Pokemon. Yeah, dude. That'd be crazy. We're all dropping in as Pokemon trainers, flying through the Infinity Castle. We're gonna knock out all the top the moon tier demons, or moon something demons. Whoops. Yeah. No, I hope you understand that I think there is room for improvement, but I will not accept that what I've experienced is less than what I've experienced, because people like gaming networks or critic reviews are saying this isn't what I want out of a Pokemon game, without explaining like what they didn't like about it, right? I know. I think it was. Sorry, I think you're right. 14 million. It was just an example. Like, instead of spending a low budget, let's look at what AAA game studios are spending on their budgets, and let's meet AAA game studios where they're spending the money. Like, how much did Donkey Kong Bonanza cost? Because that game was incredibly fun, and it looked like it had great success. And like, that game I haven't heard a single bad thing about it. So maybe Pokemon in the branch of Nintendo can learn a little bit from some of the people that are making games. Like Breath of the Wild, like game of the year, right? GTA 6, yeah. I don't know if Nintendo's producing GTA 6, but maybe Game Freak can spend some time at Rockstar Studios, or it costs $80 for that game. Yeah, right. Yeah, I just can't get on the hype of bashing on something that's been so beloved for so many years. Like, I feel like like it's kind of what Giselle was talking about, right? There's a lot of divisiveness that happens in social media where people are GTA 6 is the first quadruple A game? Is that for real? We got Rockstar Studios being a quadruple A studio. Yeah, I hope they are cooking that game. I know that preview came out a long time ago, and it got a lot of people like stoked about it. But I know GTA 5 has gone so long on their servers, and like it's done so much with itself. I get where you're coming from. I was on that end with you earlier too. We should just have like a podcast day where we sit and talk, because I'd love to have a conversation with you, dude. Like, I hope you don't think I think anything less of you or any of your thoughts, because it's not that. It's just like I feel like there's so much substance to what Pokemon has been doing. I can't get on board with the narrative that happens online with all the divisive shit that happens. And it sounds like some of the things that you're saying sounds like some of those things in that narrative. You've mentioned how like you want to accept critic review without like playing the game yourself, and it's like, well, how do you know if you like the game or if you don't like the game or not? And it sounds like you're erring on the side of not liking the game. Okay, but there's a sense of reality to trying things out for yourself and giving yourself a chance to find the things that you love about Pokemon. Like I said, I like coming into this world. And I'm not going to let somebody else determine the experience that I have going into the Pokemon world before I get a chance to try it out. Like, that's not you asked like, would you ever not buy a Pokemon game? And my answer is no. I would always buy a Pokemon game to try it out for myself. And if there are games that I don't like I don't think Brilliant and Shining Diamond and Pearl were the best games, but it's not like I didn't enjoy it. I did. I did enjoy Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It was a exact remake of Diamond and Pearl. I just wish that it was an exact remake of Platinum. Like that's my only like wish is that I enjoyed playing it. I want to catch all the Pokemon and finish out the decks and finish out the stories in there and get all the Mega Evolution and check out like the island up above and get everything done. I want to do that because it was a game that I enjoy. "13 years since GTA 5. Dang. I was there on release." Yeah, dude. I played GTA 5 a lot with my nieces and nephews when that came out. Really? Can we do that? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's the user critics, not the critics review. Yeah, the user critic. That's sorry. That I understood what you meant. I just didn't say it right. But you know, even then, like I said, online reviews are out to be divisive, dude. Like we live in a world where online media is just gonna try to pit people against each other. Like I appreciate Donkey View, like video game Donkey. He hates Pokemon, but like sometimes his reviews of Pokemon are they're funny at least. But he was jamming out to the music in Legend ZA when he was playing it. He'll give it a shot, and he doesn't always agree. I don't always agree with him on what he has to say because he already has a detestation against Pokemon. He hates it, but like not like if that's where you're getting your source material from, right? Like that's where you're getting your ideas from people who play these games and they already hate it. Then how are you going to get an idea for yourself on how you feel about it? Oh, QLF, you're heading out, dude. Yeah, I'm excited. 2 days from now, we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing the DLC, so I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to have. I'll be excited to have you here. Much love, dude. Have a safe night. I hope you sleep well. Yo, what's up, Band Slam? Welcome back to the chat. Thank you. Are you going to be lurking in the back? I'm glad you were here yesterday. I appreciate it. Getting exposure, but I'm critically thinking for yourself. That's good too. Yep, that's exactly the point. Got to have critical thoughts about everything. And so far my critical thought has been a lot of positive things. I'm a pretty positive person. I'm very hopeful. That's one of my values is hope. And you know, when I play a Pokemon game and I enjoy it, I can be completely honest with myself about it. Hell yeah, dude. Just caught a shiny Patrat in Wild Zone 4. Right on. Yo, Watchog's shiny is pretty freaking wild though, so enjoy that. I don't know if you'll ever use it, but I would recommend using it in ranked battles just for fun. See how it goes. That'd be pretty cool. We are getting close to the end of this stream, guys. We'll be at 2 hours in a minute. We could probably do a few more resets and then I think I'm gonna go get some food. And there's a new announcement. When I put out my Pokemon Go video today, I found that there's new information about something called Forever Friends in Pokemon Go. So I'm gonna be making a video about that probably tonight, or at least getting the information about it so that I can make a video about it. But I've got to get on that before it becomes old news. So I'm going to be doing that after I eat, and I'll have that video hopefully out tonight. Okay. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, it'd be cool to have a conversation, but yeah, I'll I'll be streaming the DLC on the 10th, probably for 2 hours. Like I don't think we'll go too crazy on it. Hopefully we can knock out the story fairly quickly, and do some after post game stuff on the stream. But yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with you, because I'd like to pick your brain about, what about Pokemon do you love? Like I want to know, like what makes you tick. You named your channel after a Pokemon, and so there's got to be something there. But yeah, I know I keep feeling like I'm defending my ideas about the games that I've played, and I'm sorry that it always comes off that way, because that's not. I don't know. Like I don't know. I've had a pretty solid relationship with Pokemon, but dude, thanks for being here, ladies and men. I definitely appreciate our conversations. Hopefully we get to talk soon, man. So let's set that up. Oops. Thanks for being in the chat, dude. Okay. Rock on. Appreciate you being here, man. Okay, so let's reset a few more times, and then we'll call it a stream. I think this is a good stopping point. But for now, I need to keep going. Well, I need to make that video, and I'm gonna try and keep going for female shiny Riolu, because I'd like to get this knocked out before the DLC does come out. Part God, if you're still hanging out, man, I am trying my hardest. We did get a shiny Riolu at the beginning of the stream, but it was a male, and so we still need to get that female. So it doesn't look like the male is showing up very often right now. So I think maybe resetting the game, or yeah, I don't know. Maybe knocking out this Riolu might get us a good chance to reset, or maybe doing some bench resets might be a good call. But I really would like to get that shiny female for you soon, before the DLC drops. So I'm going to keep working on that. But I have a video that I need to make, so I'm going to try and get that done quickly. But guys, I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for being a part of the chat, and thank you so much for joining me on this shiny hunt and this challenge to get female shiny Riolu. You guys all rock. Thank you so much for being here. Band Slam, thanks for joining. Ladies and men, thanks for being here. Part God, thanks for being here. Necrotio, QLF, love you guys. Thanks for being here. Giselle, thanks for stopping in. Who else did we have today? Did we have any? Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. I think that's it. Okay, I think we got everybody. But thank you guys for being in the chat. And anybody else who's just been hanging out, thank you for being here. Anybody who's watching this in the future, thanks for being here. I appreciate all the support and the love that you guys give to the channel. I will look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on our next stream. I'm going to try and put out another video about the Forever Friendship in Pokemon Go tonight. So I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video and the next stream. Hope you guys have a good night. Don't forget to level up.